Hey guys, this is Jim with Expansion Marketing, and today I want to talk to you about how to get more referrals. Now, this is a topic that's kind of, I think, been beaten to death in a lot of ways, but I want to just explain to you there's some basics and there's some advanced techniques that you can use to get more referrals from your customers. The basics are very simple. First of all, do a good job. Do a good job at what you do. If you're a dentist, do a good job with your dentistry. Make sure that the work that you do is quality work. Also, if you present yourself as a pain-free dentist, make sure that you're delivering on that promise. If you're telling people that you're understanding and caring, or you won't overcharge them for unneeded services, whatever it is that you want to hang your hat on as a marketing message or as your mission statement, if you will, making sure you're delivering on that promise. If you deliver that, you will see that people will refer people to you. The second basic point that you have to be aware of is always exchange in abundance. There are different levels of exchange. The first level is rip-off or criminal exchange, which is where somebody pays you a certain amount of money for a product or service and you don't deliver it. You either don't deliver it at all or you deliver a very substandard, bad product. So just using a dentist as an example, if I pay a dentist $1,000 to do a crown for me, and he, drills in there and the crown doesn't fit right, or the crown falls off, or he just does bad work that has to be continually replaced or dealt with, or I have to ultimately go to somewhere else to get it fixed, obviously he's not delivering in good exchange with me, because he took the money for the product, for the service, and then he didn't deliver the service to the level that I would expect a professional to deliver. And it's not just dentistry. I mean, it could be anything. If you have a cell phone, right? Let's say you're selling these cell phones, right? And you have a product, or you're selling cell phones. You promise somebody a Samsung S5. And you deliver a cheaper model to them or something like that. Or you promise them a like new condition phone if it's a pre-owned type of thing, and you give them not like new, but you give them a severely used with a bunch of scratches and maybe some functionality problems, right? That's criminal exchange, because you're not exchanging what you're promising to them. Then you have what we call equal exchange, right? Well, equal exchange is you give them exactly what they paid for. So I order a Samsung S5 and you deliver a Samsung S5, and there's nothing wrong with it. It works fine, but there's also nothing above and beyond that, right? The service was okay. Everything is basically just as expected. The product is as expected. The service is as expected. Everything was fine, but there's nothing to jump up and down about. It was just a regular transaction. And that is the transaction level that most businesses seek to operate on. They don't want to rip off their customers, but they also don't want to go above what would be just an equal exchange. And then you have exchange in abundance. Exchange in abundance is really that level of exchange where you're giving that customer much more than they asked for, much more than you even promised them. And a good example is, let's say if you have a Samsung S5 and you're selling it for the market value, that would be an equal exchange, right? But what if I gave you incredible service? What if I said, well, we'll get this out to you, we'll ship it to you, and you should get it within 5 days. And then I just jumped all over that order. I got it out that same day, and you received it in 2 days instead of 5 days. Well, I'm exchanging in abundance, right? Or maybe if I promised you the phone, but then I also included the case, that goes along with it, and I included maybe a memory card to go with it, or a card charger, and I put that in even without charging you any extra for that. Now, that would be exchange in abundance, right? I'm actually giving you more value than you actually paid for. Now, from a business owner's perspective, you may think, well, that's really not good to do that, because if you keep giving people more than their expectation, you're going to go out of business. Well, it doesn't always have to be giving them a ton more information. And maybe the standard profit margin on one of these phones is that a business owner might make $50 or $100. Well, what if I gave them a car charger that cost me $2 extra, but I would sell it for $10? Well, from the customer's point of view, they're getting a $10 item for free, and it's only costing me $1 or $2. Or maybe I don't even give them anything that costs me money. Maybe I just make sure that my level of delivery and customer service is just incredibly exceptional. It's like head and shoulders above my competition. And maybe that service level is what sets me above and gives me that additional exchange value to my customers. And maybe if the industry that I work in is noticed for bad customer service, and cable companies come to mind, or cell phone providers like AT&T, Verizon, and all the major cell phone providers that give the service itself, they're known for, these big companies are known for lousy customer service. Maybe I have a company that's competing with them, but I give great customer service, and it's so far above what they can get anywhere else that they may even want to pay me more money for that same service than they would get from a major provider because of that extra level. But in any case, if you can exchange in abundance and give people more than what they expect and more than what would be an equal or an average exchange, that will get you a lot of referrals. Now, the idea is people kind of feel in exchange. When you're giving them less than they expect or giving them nothing for what they're giving you, they feel really angry, right? And then they go around telling everybody how horrible you are and how bad your company is, right? If you just give average level exchange and give them just what you asked for, they're not going to go around complaining necessarily, but they're also not going to go around telling people how great you are. But if you exchange in abundance, they're going to feel compelled almost to go out and help you get more business and say, wow, this guy was great, the customer service is great, I got it so fast, this company's awesome, you should definitely do business with them. They're going to sing your praises, and that's the reason is people are going to feel compelled to get back in exchange with you because you gave them more than they paid for. So they want to make up that difference by telling their friends. And that's a great way to build additional business for you. You can also use things like referral cards and other marketing tools to help boost referrals. You should definitely be asking people for referrals and asking people if they're satisfied or how satisfied they are with your product and your service and your company. And anytime you get a positive response to that, go ahead and ask for referrals. Say, hey, who do you know that we can call that would like this service or this product? Who do you know that could benefit from this? And usually they'll either tell you and you can call them and say, hey, Joe told me to call you, or they may tell them yourself. You can also use stuff like referral cards. We have these little postcards called Care to Share cards, or Care Enough to Share cards, which can boost referrals. But however you go about getting referrals, keep your basics in of doing a really good job, keeping a high level of exchange and exchanging more for what you're getting back in return, and then ask for referrals. You'll find that you're going to get a lot of business, a lot of free business that way. It doesn't require investing a ton of money in extra marketing. Give me a call if you need more help with this. My number is 727-225-2790. Again, this is Jim with Expansion Marketing. Thanks, guys.